Good day, everybody. Welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to compile all the tests if you have the cover off your generator to complete all the troubleshooting for a no start condition. If you go through all these tests, you're probably guaranteed to find something wrong with the no start condition. First off, you have to verify that you have no spark here, and that can be verified obviously if you remove your spark plug. Make sure the spark plug boot is on, touch it against the metal, pull the recoil. If there is no spark, then obviously there's an issue. So the first test we're going to do is check the oil level sender, because if your oil level is off, your Honda will not start. So basically on the 6-pin plug that I got pulled out right there, there's a yellow wire and then there's a green wire. I'm gonna put these little pins in there, and you're gonna see. And then if I have no continuity on that, then everything's good. So I got alligator clips on my meter. I'm just gonna zero that out right now. I got my pins in there, put the alligator clips on, and if there is no continuity, we're good. So you can see it right there, no continuity. The oil level sensor is correct, and that's not our issue. Let's go on to the next one. Next test with the same plug is the ignition pulse generator. There's the blue wire in the middle and the green wire. So for the next test, we're just going to take this pin out, stick it right in there, and we should see between 300 and 360 ohms. And if we don't, that could be the issue. Take our two leads, connect them together, and we're good. So you can see right there, that tests out 315 ohms. So that's not our issue. So now we're going to check for voltage at those two wires. I got it switched to on. I do not know if it matters if the plug is disconnected, but I also removed the vacuum line from the fuel pump, so I'm not introducing fuel into the system to flood it. So then on my multimeter, I got to millivolts. And when I pull the cord, should be between 3 to 4. It's hard to get an accurate reading. But I know that I don't have an issue with the no spark condition. So that one's going to be pretty tough to determine. So now we're going to do the resistance test of the exciter wire, or winding. Let me get some better light in there. So we got it's like a black and blue wire right there, and of course green. Green is our ground, in case you're wondering. That's how it's going to be set up, and we need to be between 0.2 and 0.3 of an ohms. This is where it's very important to have your meter zeroed out, because if you see a resistance with your meter zeroed out of an extra 0.4 to 0.5 ohms, that will give you a no start condition. So I'm going to take my leads, tap them on. So interesting enough, by using those little probes, it actually put my values out. As you can see, I'm right in spec now. Same terminals hooked up. Put this on volts, and we're going to crank the cord. On this test, I actually screwed up and had it on DC volts. It's supposed to be on AC volts, and you're supposed to see about 4 to 5 volts when you start pulling the cord. So we're going to leave the green on there, because that's our ground for these tests. And now you're going to see this bullet connector right here. and that wire runs up to the coil. So I'm just gonna disconnect that wire, and we're gonna measure the resistance. So this is gonna be 0.7 to 1.1, but my resistance values for whatever reason are gonna be higher. It's gonna come up as 2.0. So anything like 0.4, 0.5 higher, plus or minus, will give you no start condition. So theoretically, this should give you a no start condition, but I've never had an issue with it not starting. But that is something to keep in mind. And then we're going to keep our ground in there, and we're going to measure the terminal lead inside the spark plug boot where it's metal in there, and see the continuity. See, right now, it's saying I should have no continuity, which would mean that I could very possibly have a bad coil. So you're going to see right here, this thing does indeed run. So that could definitely indicate a no start condition, which in that case your coil is faulty. Then the last test that you can do, if you peer inside there and you see all the electrical connections, I'm not going to do it, but you can remove the panel at the front, pull that out, and then clean all those connections, because all those dirty wiring connections could also lead to a no start condition. And there you have it. That is the compiled list, all in one, on how to troubleshoot a no start condition in your Honda EU2000i Generator. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll see you in the next one.